All right, so we are recording. I feel like I always say that every week, but like I always do this. I went dark, but whatever, because I don't want to wake up the baby. So welcome to tonight's team call. Thank you guys for hopping on, and thank you for hopping on, even though I had to push it back an hour. For some reason, the baby kept waking up and stuff, and he was a little fussy, but hopefully we can get through this call without him waking up and screaming and crying. So if you didn't know, today's Monday, November 16th. And we are coming in close to the end of the year, and I'm so excited. So when I was making this training call for you guys, there is so much that I know and that I've learned over the course of the 3 years of being a coach, and like the hours and hours of training that I've invested into and listen to and all that stuff. So it was kind of hard for me to kind of compile this into like a quick 40-minute training. So I feel like I'm going to do a series, because today, honestly, I just spoke about Facebook. I know a lot about Instagram, and I know that I've done an Instagram training earlier this year already, but there's a lot of things that I've been doing. And the thing with social media is that you need to stay on top of it. It is constantly evolving. If it's not every month, it's every week. There's new updates, and I'm sure you guys know that on your phone. You're constantly having to update your phone. And I follow a lot of social media gurus, Chalene Johnson being one of them. And she's constantly updating us on new tips and tricks that you can do to like get your stuff seen by other people, how to like be able to build a relationship more effectively online, how to be able to ask them for their emails and stuff like that. So I don't want to overwhelm you with like a 2-hour training. So I think I'm going to do like a series, and I'm just tapping into YouTube. If that is something that you see yourself doing in the future, I'm learning how to get like more views and subscribers and stuff like that on my channel and stuff, just because I feel like I've already mastered Facebook and Instagram. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop using it, and or it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop learning about it, but I feel like I'm ready to like kind of add on like a third platform for myself and my business, just because I've been doing this for close to 3 years. So I'm not like, I feel like I'm, like I'm not proficient, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you get the gist of it. Okay. So number one, my biggest tip that I can give you guys is be consistent. Okay. There is so many calls that I listen to every single week on the National Wake Up Call, any kind of business training, podcasts that I listen to about just being consistent, honestly, in every area of your life. If you think about this, if you want to be successful at something in your life, whether it's, I don't know, like for instance, being a mom, being a wife, or being a friend, a good friend, or, doing your health and fitness, or trying to be a business person, something, you have to be consistent at it in order for you to see some sort of success. You can't come into this or come into anything and think that you can just dabble in it and kind of get your feet wet and go back and forth and expect some big, massive success. Okay. It's the compound effect, doing little, small, mundane things every single day, daily, that adds up to like your big goals and to the big, massive success that people tend to see. It's very easy to overlook, stuff that you should be doing daily. But when you look at the bigger picture and you see big coaches, you're like, wow, they're so successful. And oh my gosh, but you don't see all the like tears and sweat and like fears and rejection and just them putting themselves out there every single day, trying something new and, stuff like that. So I hope that by now, I don't want to make this seem like this training is all about me, but I want to be able to show you guys that I am being authentic, and that if I'm asking you guys to do something as a team, like I need to make sure that I'm doing that first. I can't ask you guys to do something that I'm not willing to do myself, or that I haven't done something before. As your leader and you guys as our team, like I can't take you guys somewhere I've never been. So I need to be constantly in the trenches with you and putting myself out there and, stepping out of my comfort zone daily. So biggest thing you can be consistent with in this business is your journey. Okay. Yourself. Like, who are you? You have to show people, like, who are you? What are you about? So being consistent about your journey just shares, how would I say it? Like, this helps people see who you are, like what your struggles are, what you're consistent at, what you've been able to achieve, what you like, what you don't like. So I know that it can be very scary. sharing your journey when it comes to pictures and even just typing up a little story, but you've got to do it. Okay. There's people out there that will be attracted to you, but you have to be willing to be courageous first and be the one to put yourself out there and share your story and your journey. This picture you see, I honestly regret taking it and kind of sharing it publicly because I try my best to be very conservative, and like it still to this day bothers me that I took that picture, or I should have worn like a different bra or something because I hate showing cleavage. I just hate it. But that was like the best picture that I had, like when I had my baby, like post baby, I guess you could say. But, and that's just something that I could have sat there and been like, oh, you know what? I'm just not going to share this picture because I don't like this on there. I don't like that. Okay, that little black line that we get when we have babies, that is ugly. Okay, that is not cute. I didn't like that either. And I have stretch marks. My stomach is just like hanging out. But it's part of my journey. Like when I had like my baby, I don't know what happened, like my hormones or something. Like I had pimply face. Like I was breaking out like crazy. Like you can't see the picture because it's small right now, but when it's like bigger, you can see that my face was just like disgusting. But it's part of my journey. Okay. Like I don't always want to come off as like, oh, I'm so perfect and I'm so, look at me, like I'm always looking good. Like, no, this is part of my journey and this is what you get. I'm consistently showing people that I actually work out. I don't just talk about the workouts. I don't just tell people, oh, you should do this workout, and I think this workout would be great for you. I taught myself how to record myself in the beginning. Until this day, there's still times that my phone falls and I'm like, like you even see it in like the video, like it's not always perfect. Yes, the finished product that you guys see like on social media looks really good. And you're like, wow, it looks like she's professional. No, if you guys go back through my album of videos from when I first started doing videos, they weren't always perfect. I didn't always have the best lighting, but I got better at it. I started learning from Shalene Johnson, and she actually has a video academy. I'm not saying that you have to go and do the video academy, but I started getting like tips from her and just always making sure that I had good lighting that where people could actually see me. And I keep my phone kind of like in the same place, and I record myself several times doing workout moves. And then I kind of just taught myself how to edit my video on this app called Pick Play Post. Marie, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. Okay. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I'm consistent with my workouts, showing people at least right now. I've been kind of ramping it up because I'm really trying hard to like launch the Masters Hammer and Chisel. So I've been doing more like videos and stuff just because videos are seen more on Facebook. They're not liked as much as a post or a picture, but they do get more views. And I've kind of already talked about that in a past team call. I'm consistent in sharing what I'm eating, whether sometimes it's a beer or a glass of wine. I'm consistent in sharing people like, look, I live like the 80-20 rule. Like 80% of what I eat is healthy, 21 if it's approved, 20% of it is not. But people love to see what you eat. Like you may not be like some artist or some chef, but it takes practice. Again, like my best tips are just always have good lighting, try, actually put some effort into it and take a good picture. Like stage your pictures. It's your business. Okay. I take pictures for like a living, really. Like that's basically what it comes down to. In the beginning, I was kind of shy to take pictures in front of my friends, but now I'm like, who cares? I'm like, people love looking at what I eat, and people are always asking me like, well, what do you eat? So I'd rather just share a picture with them. So I'm consistent in that. I'm consistent in sharing that I drink Shakeology and I eat eggs like almost every single day, but that's just something that needs to be consistent. I'm consistent with pursuing my ideal client. Hopefully you guys have seen me do this. It's something that I honestly started doing up until like this year. It's something that I was so scared to do, to just be very bold and direct with who I want to work with, like who I'm looking for. I'm not looking for, people that aren't going to commit, people that aren't dedicated, people that aren't willing to invest in their health. So a lot of the times I talk about that stuff in my posts, but a picture like this where I put busy moms wanted, I used to see so many coaches do that stuff. And I was so fearful of I was so fearful of posting stuff like that because I was like, oh, like, I feel like I'm being too direct. Like, oh, I'm probably being too salesy, or I look desperate. No, you know what? Reality is it's marketing. Social media is free marketing. And I'm not paying anyone to do this. Like, I had my husband take this picture and it took me like 10 minutes to edit this picture in one of my apps. Boom, I posted it. And it's free marketing for myself. I'm in business. I have an online business. I shouldn't be scared to be able to promote myself. That's what I do. And you know what? The more consistent I've been with this, the more people that I've been able to attract. And I've attracted the ideal client. I've attracted literally people that like lead very, very similar lives like I do, which is perfect because, you know, like attracts like, and I feel like I can help, you know, the moms that I'm attracting because a lot of them are breastfeeding. A lot of them have, you know, babies that are under 1 because I'm very specific in the type of client that I'm looking for, which is why I always put busy moms, or sometimes I put busy women. If you're not a mom and you're watching this, you can put busy women, or you can put busy working women, you know, because you can still look for coaches that are still working full time. They could totally do this lesson part-time. I'm very consistent in showing people that I run online fitness support groups and that working with me actually works. Okay, your job as a coach starts the minute your client purchases. Let that sink in and think about it. The minute they purchase, like your job, that's when it begins. Your job is to treat that person like gold. And your job is to help that person actually achieve the goals that they shared with you. And you need to help them get results. That's the reality. And I'm constantly asking my clients like, hey, can I share this? Hey, and sometimes if they don't really say yes or no, sometimes I still share it. But I make sure that I block out their name and their picture. And I honestly have not had anyone come back to me and be like, hey, why did you post that? Because it's something positive. Like they are getting results and they are happier. So, you know, I shared it. And to be honest, up until this point, I haven't had anyone kind of like backlash at me or anything. So this is really important because if you're actively adding new people to your network, you need to be consistent in all these areas. There's going to be times where you're like, oh, I feel like I'm just posting the same thing over and over again. But if you're adding new people like you should be, if you want to grow your business, you need to be kind of recycling your posts and kind of sharing some of the same things consistently. Even though a lot of your friends that are already your friends might be tired of it, who cares? Like, again, you're a business owner and you're in business and you are promoting yourself, and this is free marketing. Social media is free. Okay, so, 3 other things that I'm consistent in. I'm consistently sharing with people that I am a mom, that I am a wife, and that I work from home. I think it's really fun. Think about it. Like, what attracted you to this business? What attracted you to coaching? Like, even though I may have been the one that kind of asked you and kind of planted that seed in your head, initially think back, like, what attracted you to this business? What attracted you to me? What attracted you to wanting to join my group or the team? And post about that. Whatever you liked, post about that because you want to attract people like you. When I first met Lindsay, I was really, really attracted to the business opportunity. And that's why I'm running full speed and promoting the business opportunity because that's what I was attracted to. I was attracted to the basically financial stability because I didn't have that back then. Like I was drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck. And this girl was working 3 to 4 jobs and paying off her debt, doing Beachbody. And that is something that I wanted. I was attracted to the traveling because I wanted to travel more. We never traveled. And I wanted to be able to go on trips and just kind of be around people that like to work out and that were always happy and positive. And, of course, like my story, like I already knew about Beachbody products. So of course I was attracted to that, but that's what I try to post now. I saw that Lindsay would do like team calls and she would like be like, oh, home office. Like she would take a picture of that. And that was something that I really wanted. Even up until last year when I was still working full time, I hated seeing that on my timeline. Like I was so jealous of that. And that's why I worked my ass off so that I could come home because I was tired of my full-time job. I didn't want to be there no more. So whenever I'd see coaches and they'd take pictures of them like working at their computer or their phone or whatever, I was like, oh, like I want that. So now I post about that because I know that there's people on my timeline, people that are following me that dread their jobs. And I know that they're kind of considering what I'm doing so that I'm so consistent in sharing what I do as a coach working from home. So here I just put, show people that you don't just talk the talk, but that you walk the walk. So again, it's just showing people, hey, I actually drink Shakeology. I actually do our workouts from beginning to finish. and I'm actually doing my personal development. I didn't have a good picture in here because I haven't been consistent. I've been doing personal development, but I haven't been consistent in sharing that. So I'll be honest, I haven't taken a picture of like the book that I've been reading, but that's something that I used to do, and that's something that I would encourage you to do. It's just kind of, you know, showing people like, hey, like I actually do personal development too. And it's so cool that this business, part of my job description is to work on myself and to grow myself and to be a better person. So yeah, show them that you're serious about your goals, your lifestyle, your business, and that you can help them too. Hold on, let me take a sip. Okay, so number 2, be active with posting. If you guys look really close, this left picture here where I'm wearing freaking bright ass pink and purple is from last January 2014. I was still working at my full-time job, and I still remember this day. And I got up at 5:45 a.m. to do. I had started P90X3. I never finished it. I just didn't like it. And it says on there hashtag I did yoga X. And I woke up super early to do that because, again, I had to be at work by 7:30. So I got my ass up really early every day to get my workout in, to prep my meals for the day, or like just my little containers or whatever, and to drink my Shakeology, boom, and I'd be on my way out. So I don't want you guys to ever think that, oh, well, Jackie already does this full time. She already gets to stay home. It's just easy for her to post. That would be true if I wasn't a mom. Now that I'm a mom, I'll be honest, shit is hard. Okay. I just want to be honest with you guys. Like, sometimes you guys might think, because I used to think that too. I used to think like, oh, look at Lindsay. It's just easy for her. She's always home, or she's home all the time. You know, it's just easy for her. But I took these screenshots to show you guys that when I was still working 40 hours and commuting, like I was still making an effort to post 3 to 5 times a day. So yes, that was a video of me doing my workout before work. And then here, it's just a picture of me. I was on my lunch break, and I have that cute mug because I worked inside a house. I was at a daycare. So my boss let me use her mugs and stuff, but that was me eating my meal that I was doing, or whatever, my lunch for the P90X3 meal plan. So I have on here, post at minimum 3 times a day if you're a new coach. And that's super simple. Chances are, if you're a new coach, you're already posting on social media, but now we just need to help you switch and kind of change up what you're posting. So 3 times really isn't a lot. It could be in the morning, lunchtime, and nighttime. To be honest, like, we're all on our phones. Like, I know that you guys work, but like I'm sure you're on your phones at least compiled in one day, like at least an hour, just by checking here and there, whatever you're using your phone with. Like, our phones are everything. Like, we have everything. We have like our whole lives on our phones. If you want to grow faster and help and attract more people, post 4 to 5 times a day. And that's what I've been doing for like the past 2 years. And I can say that I've seen a lot of growth in doing that. And I'm going to talk about like numbers, I think, in the next few slides. Number 3, ask questions. So when you think how to be a social media badass, like, you want to be someone of influence on social media. You want to be that go-to person. If you make your profile public, which I know can be scary, but mine's been public for 3 years. Nothing's happened. Knock on wood. But just think, like, you want to be like someone like, oh man, like, let me go check out this girl's, page today. I just want to see what she's all about. I want to see what she did today. Or it's Monday. Let me see what, Lindsay did over the weekend. Like, you want to be that person where someone's constantly checking your newsfeed on Facebook and on Instagram. Why? Because you influence them to want to change their life. You're a positive influence in their life. You're actively working towards your goals. And that is something powerful. Okay. That is empowering. There is a lot of people out there that are not willing to work on their goals. They're not willing to step outside of their comfort zone. They're not willing to take risks. They're not willing to work on their health and fitness. So if you're actively doing that and sharing that, you're a person of influence. Okay. And when you're a person of influence, people trust you, and then you can do business together. Okay. So ask questions. So this is really perfect if you want to get to know your audience better, like people that are already on your Facebook. friends that you already have. Asking questions is just kind of different from like the regular Beachbody posting that we do. It's just kind of fun, and it gets people talking and stuff. And you'd be surprised, every single time I post a question, sometimes I get a comment and I'm like, I actually forget that I had that person as a Facebook friend. So it's kind of cool to see new people like commenting on your stuff. So here I just have some screenshots. I put, I'm hungry, what's for dinner? I'm thinking of making a healthy pizza. It's a simple question, but a lot of people would be more than willing to tell you what they're making for dinner. Danny Johnson teaches us that always be interested in rather than interesting, meaning always be interested in other people. If you ask someone a question, people love talking about themselves. Just think about yourself right now. If someone asks you a question, don't you just love talking about yourself? Like, not in a cocky way, but you just love giving your opinion. Okay, you love telling people, oh, this is what's worked for me. Maybe you should try this. This is what I like. It's just natural. It's human nature. It's just communicating with people. The second one I have, real talk. How do you diminish and get rid of blackheads? And I seriously had like 30 comments on that because I just had a bunch of girls like giving me their advice. Oh, try this and try that. And I've tried this mask. So it's just kind of a great way to raise up your affinity on Facebook. Again, affinity just means Facebook rates how popular you are, which is good because the higher your affinity is, when you go and you put promo pictures like, hey, join my 21 Day Fix group, a lot more people are going to see that because during the week, you're very active and you're asking questions and you're liking and commenting back. So Facebook sees you as a priority. They're like, okay, this person is cool. Like, whatever she's posting this time, like, we need to put it in more people's news feeds. I know that sounds kind of funny, but that's just how it works. Okay, so for the third one, I put just something simple. When do you think a vacation or a little getaway is necessary? So here I have some samples that you guys can use, but get creative. What's your favorite thing to have for breakfast? What's the latest movie you've seen? What's your all-time favorite TV show? Do you prefer to work out inside or outside? That one's a big hit. What's your favorite holiday tradition? iPhone or Android? I swear I did this one time. I had like 25 to 30 people comment, which is a lot, you know, like it just kind of, what's that word? It's like a domino effect. People are like, oh, and then the thing is, when it starts to get a lot of comments, it starts to go into other people's news feeds, and they're like, oh, so they just want to give their opinion. Wine or beer, coffee or tea, peanut butter or jelly. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I took a screenshot of this from April 2014, which was last year. And isn't this so cool that I, till this day, still use this and I still get new customers and clients this way? So if I could provide you with a 21-day workout program that was just 30 minutes a day and a meal plan that is easy to follow, uses a simple portion control system, tells you exactly what to eat without starving yourself, counting calories or macros, and you could lose up to 10 pounds in just 21 days, would you be interested? You guys have probably seen me use that this whole year. Well, guess what? I used it all of last year. I think it was Lindsay, my coach, that actually came up with this when the 21 Day Fix was launched. That was a huge launch too. And it's so crazy. I saw a coach talking about it, I think a few days ago on Facebook, and she was kind of thanking Autumn Calabrese that the launch of the 21 Day Fix actually speeded up the process in which she actually quit. She was working at a law firm. You guys could look her up. Her name is Christina Delgado. She was a partner at a law firm. Okay. She went to law school and she was a partner at a law firm. And last year, her goal, I think by the end of the year of last year, was to quit her job there and just come home full time and do Beachbody, because she was making triple with Beachbody than she was as a partner at a law firm. So the launch of the 21 Day Fix just boomed her business. So I don't know why I kind of went off on a tangent there, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that little thing is like powerful. And I've used it for close to 2 years now. And I still get people asking me like, what's a 21 Day Fix? And yeah, I want more info on that. And I still get a bunch of emails on Instagram when I post this. So if you guys haven't tried this yet, use it. And if you have, don't be afraid to use it again. I still use it to this day and I'm going to keep using it. So here's a tip. Always make sure you like and comment back. This is relationship building activity. So if someone comments, always like their comment and comment back. It's just simple. The thing is, okay, so Now, like on Facebook, like when you comment, now they have that like that little reply section, which makes it easy because you don't have to tag that person's name. I'm not too sure on this, but the more comments again that a post has, the more people are going to see it. So if I'm lazy, and it's like on the Saturday or Sunday, I'll just hit reply and I won't go out of my way and like tag that person's name. But for the most part, if it's an important post, if someone's like, yeah, I want more info, like I like their comment and I actually comment like on a separate comment, I tag their name, kind of like the old way, what we used to do, because this just creates more comments. If someone leaves me 3 comments and I like each of their comment and comment back, then I have 6 comments. Does that make sense? So just make sure that you're always liking and commenting people, because, you know, we like when people like our stuff. So people like it when we like their stuff. Okay, so number 4, adding new friends. So I know that a lot of these tips you guys are probably like, oh, we've already kind of heard this, but repetition is the mother of skill. Okay, so in 2012, when I signed up as a coach, I had about 300 Facebook friends at the most, because I tried going back and I actually wanted to give you guys like a screenshot, but it wasn't actually showing me how many friends. It just showed me like that month, like who I added. So that was kind of a bummer, but I know for sure I did not have more than 300 friends on Facebook. And now in 2015, I have close to 2,000. And some of you might think that's a lot. And some of you might think like, oh, that's not a lot. There's coaches that are like capped out. If you didn't know, Facebook friends list cap out at 5,000. And after that, you can't add other people. And that's when top coaches start moving over to Facebook like pages. But to be honest, like it's taken me a long time to get to 2,000. And there's been coaches that hit 5,000 in like a year and a half because they're adding at a much more rapid pace. But for me, like I like to add 5 to 10 a week. So I'm going to give you guys a tutorial on how to find more friends on Facebook. Okay, so here's my Facebook. So basically what I do is, they should be showing up right here. Where are they? They usually pop up right here, people that you should know. Let me see if it does it again if I refresh. Okay, so it's not showing me. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my friends. And there's an option here that says find friends. So you can click on that. And okay, let's start in this corner, add personal contacts. So if you have someone's email and you don't have them on Facebook and they have a Facebook, you can find them this way. And the cool thing about this is, say you've already been using Instagram and you've been kind of emailing back and forth with someone and you kind of lost contact, they never emailed you back, or you forgot to email them back, what have you, you can actually import all of your contacts or email contacts from whatever email source you're using, and it'll show you people that are on Facebook with that email. So that's pretty cool. I've done that before, and I've been able to add a few friends from like my old email that I used to use, my Yahoo one. So consider that if you have been using like email back and forth with like people, you know, maybe outside of Facebook or Instagram. And then here you can search for friends. I mean, you can search in through their name, their hometown, their current location, you know, what high school you went to, any mutual friends that you guys might have, you know, what college you guys went to, maybe an employer, someone that you might have worked with a few years ago and you kind of forgot that they existed because that's happened to me a couple times. And here is where the beauty happens. People you may know. So Facebook does this because this is people that Facebook thinks you might know because you have mutual friends with them. So for me, my rule of thumb is if I have at least 3 to 4 mutual friends with someone, even 2 sometimes, I'm going to add them. So I would not suggest adding a bunch of random people, but for me, if I see a female and she looks kind of young and she kind of looks, you know, how would I say it? Like, if she just looks like someone that I could probably click with, and I know it's kind of hard just to kind of go based off like their picture, but I do click on them, and, you know, sometimes they have like a profile picture. Sometimes they have this updated with more information if like they're from the area, or if I see that they're married. I'm going to add them. I have something in common with them. They look around my age. They're married. Sometimes they might say that they're from like my area. And sometimes their Facebook is public and I can even go through some of their posts. And if I feel like I can connect with that person, I'll add them. In the beginning, this is something I struggled with. I was scared of adding friends on Facebook, but it got to the point where my business wasn't growing. I was talking to the same people over and over again, same old conversations. Nothing was moving, nothing was growing. And I was like, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to do what my coach is telling me, what every other coach is doing. And, you know, I'm not fearful of it anymore. So yeah, this is how you can find people that, you know, you have mutual friends with. And another thing is, I have a training video on this. I don't know if you guys have actually watched it, but say, for instance, you've actually been doing what I've been telling you. You've been adding new people, which is great. You know, good for you on your part. But maybe you lost track of who you were actually sending friend requests to. You can actually be put into Facebook jail for having too many like unaccepted friend requests. So you can actually go here, view sent requests. I'm probably going to have a bunch. But see, like, it's literally all females. Like, look, I saw this girl on someone and she's a personal trainer and she like works out. I sent her a friend request. She hasn't added me. She probably won't. I don't know if she will, but you guys can see these are all the friend requests that I have sent, and they're pretty much all females. So this is kind of cool. Like, you can go and see all the friend requests, and I actually put in my planner that once a week I'm going to go back. I haven't done this. I need to do this. I'm behind like 2 weeks, but that I would go back and actually, you hover over it and you can cancel the request. So it's kind of like a cleanup. So I do that once a week just so that I'm not put into like Facebook jail for sending too many friend requests. And I don't do like 10 in one day. I do maybe 2 to 3 a day. So by the end of the week, I have 10 to 15 new outgoing friend requests. And that's how I've been able to organically grow my Facebook friends list. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I know that sometimes like there's been coaches that put like friends who like, I don't know, like basketball or whatever, and you can find people that like that stuff. But to be honest, like for the past year and a half, I've been strictly just adding people that, you know, I talk to on Instagram, and just people that I might know, people that I have mutual friends with. And I'm a part of a lot of groups on Facebook. That's another thing too. I'm a part of like a Facebook group that's like Riverside County or whatever. So there's a bunch of people. There's like thousands of people in that group. And it's just people that are from where I'm from. I'm a part of like a breastfeeding group. So if I'm in there and I'm talking to someone and like we kind of start like a little friendship, I'll add them. We might not have mutual friends with them or together, but I started a conversation with them and we kind of talked back and forth, and it wasn't as scary sending them a friend request, and they actually accepted me because I wasn't some like creeper or anything. Okay, let's go back to, oh man, we only have 10 minutes left. Otherwise, this is gonna kick me off. Okay. Number 6, create a Facebook cover photo. This is like the storefront of your business. Think of like when you're walking into Starbucks, they have their little logo. This is something, honestly, I find this stuff kind of fun. I actually have to update mine. But, you know, when you have new people come into your Facebook, sometimes you will have people, like if you have your Facebook link on your Instagram account and you have like a diehard fan that like has been following you for a while, they'll randomly sometimes just find you on Facebook. So it's kind of cool that they'll go out of their way to look for you on Facebook and they'll add you. And this is something that they're going to see until you accept them. They're going to see kind of like who you are, what you're about. So a lot of coaches have this, and I do recommend you doing this. It's just telling people, this is who I am. This is what I have to offer. You're being very blunt and open with people. You know, I'm into health and fitness. You can put that you're a wife or that you're engaged. Last year I had, let me show you guys my old ones. I had like bride to be, like mom to be, just kind of as my life is changing and evolving, I'm kind of always changing this. So just think about who you are and what you have to offer and what you like, and just come up with a cute cover photo. Add this to your to-do list. It doesn't have to be done this week, but I do encourage you guys to do this as you're becoming a seasoned coach and you've been a coach for a few months. This kind of just adds more to your professionalism. You can use PicMonkey.com or Canva.com. They're both free. I think they both have like services where you can actually upgrade and do more features, but I don't pay for any of them. I do this for free. And if you guys don't know how to use PicMonkey, you can go onto YouTube and literally just type in PicMonkey tutorial for Beachbody coaches, and you'll see like tons of coaches that have like tutorials on how to use PicMonkey and how to make it all cute and stuff. Okay, so number 7, be resourceful. The best thing that Lindsay ever did for me as like my coach is that she taught me how to be independent, and she taught me how to be resourceful. In the beginning, there was a lot of times where I would ask her questions and I was constantly like texting her, and I was in the team page like, how do you do this and how do you do that? And a lot of people were always like, well, go look for it. And in the beginning, it was my ego before I went to Danny Johnson. It was my ego like, oh, that's so rude. Why can't she just tell me where she found this? Or why can't she tell me? The thing is, like, at the end of the day, you know, you guys are business owners and I am your mentor. So I can't always give you guys the answers. And I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way. But, you know, one day I feel like you'll thank me for teaching you guys to be resourceful and independent, because honestly, it's kind of a time saver. So number 1, when you guys have a question or you don't understand something, search the team page. Okay, so here I have a screenshot where it says search this group, and this only works if you are on a laptop or desktop. It does not work from your mobile phone. So yes, you have to go out of your way and get on your computer. You can search like past posts, like literally even if you go into the Diamond Council, which is our bigger team page, like that team page has been around for like close to like 2.5 going on 3 years. So there is a ton of information, and there's like close to 1,000 coaches in that. So imagine all of the different ideas and training and just stuff that goes on in conversations. It's like a gold mine. So you can go in there and type how to overcome objections, how to overcome money objections, how to run a challenge group, you know, just anything you can think of. Like you post it and then you search it, and it's literally going to bring up all posts, even if it's from like 2 years ago, from other coaches that have used those key terms. So it's pretty cool because you get to learn from other people and see what they do. And, you know, sometimes whatever I share with you guys might not work. So it's kind of cool that you can see how a different coach does it. You might be able to click more with what they do. YouTube, I love YouTube. There's 400,000 coaches in the network. A lot of people are on YouTube and they're starting to make videos, and it's just making training a lot easier. So use the search bar in the team page, YouTube, Google, the Beachbody FAQ. It's something that Lindsay would always, like, I'd text her something and she would just be like, okay, go look it up in the Beachbody FAQ. And there was times where like, I was like, oh my gosh, why can't you tell me? But as you're growing as a leader and mentor, like she had a lot of people coming onto her team, so she can't dedicate a lot of her time, like, you know, okay, this is where you find this, and what are the Shakeology ingredients? Is Shakeology okay for people with diabetes and stuff like that? And that's the cool thing. Beachbody is constantly adding tons of information, and they're like just frequently asked questions that they get. So honestly, sometimes you could find something in the FAQ a lot faster than I can tell you. Post in the team page. Our team page is still small, it's growing, but you can go into the Diamond Council and there's a lot more people in there. You can post in there, hey, you know, how do I do this? And if no one answers you, then that's your job to go and be resourceful and look for it. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you got to teach yourself. And then lastly, ask your coach. So again, you know, like I am here for you guys, and I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but I really want, you know, my job is to teach you guys to be independent